Before we get into this, I was born in Bowling Springs, the youngest of 11 kids, had 7 sisters, 3 brothers, and 1 bathroom. And for most of my life, it was outside. But as you know, I got a lot of relatives, and a lot of them drove a lot of miles to get here. So I'd like for my family from Washington, D.C., and from all over North and South Carolina to stand up and raise your hand. And I also want to acknowledge my niece, Charlotte Smith, that played on Carolina and won them a national championship. So we got quite a few in our family.
She was a dunker. She learned from you.
Yes, she did.
So it's kind of appropriate that we're doing this now, the 50th anniversary of the national championship. What does it seem like yesterday? And what do you recall from those days of flying through the air and winning that national championship in 1974?
Well, it seems like a short period of time until I start walking and my knees start popping and everything like that. But it's something you never forget, being a part of the national championship. It's something that draws school together, the state together, and we're teammates for life. You talk about a national championship team honoring that, and me having our statue done the same year. I think it's a perfect time because a lot of my success was predicated on the team's success. And real thankful that I had a great player playing with me, like Tommy Burleson, who tells me he was great every day. Monty Child that threw me the alley passes, and we created something that's a staple in basketball today and forever. And to be a part of that with Monty Child, Tim Stoddard throwing me those alley-oops. We have Mark Moeller here, who's a sharpshooter that would come in and score a lot of baskets. So a lot of our success was predicated on the team. And also I want to thank Eddie Bebop for coming down to Shelby, North Carolina, and taking me out to eat at the Holiday Inn for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for spending time with me, more time with me than he did with his wife when he was on his honeymoon. And it paid off, and he was one of the big reasons why I chose North Carolina State.
That's a great story. David, give us what it was like to play for Norm Sloan.
It was pretty easy for me. I don't know, for Tommy, he used to get on Tommy a lot. He used to kick his butt. But Coach Sloan was a great coach, and he had a great philosophy. I think the thing that was great about Norm Sloan was he believed in defense and believed in team unity. He had us all live together, and I think as a result, we became good friends, and that showed on the court. We cared about each other. And Coach Sloan's philosophy was constancy to purpose of individuals results in a team of champions. And by that, he meant that everybody understood their goal and did it to the utmost. Collectively, we'd be successful. And that's what exactly we were. We were national champions, 58-1 in a 2-season period, which is unbelievable. Nobody else has ever done it.
The GOAT before the GOAT. David, when you came from Crest High School, Boiling Springs to Raleigh, North Carolina, and NC State, what were your expectations and what were you hoping to achieve coming from such a small town to a big university with, I don't know if pressure was on you or not, but you were one of the greatest players in the country and everybody wanted it. What was it like for you and what were your expectations?
Well, I expected to be a part of a winning team. You know, nobody expects to go undefeated 2 years in a row in the ACC because the conference was so tough. But one of my goals was to be a member of a national championship team. And the fact that they had a good core of guys, especially Tom Burleson there, and some of the new additions we had, I thought we had a great chance of winning the national championship. And by God's grace, we were able to do that.
There was a great memory when you guys came home right here in Reynolds Coliseum, the celebration. Was it Greg Hawkins that walked in on his hands?
Yeah, Greg Hawkins walked on his hand, but now he's got a walking cane. Phil Spence said instead of the hand walker, he's the cane walker now. It's been a few years.
So share with us the story of how you found out that you were going to be honored with a statue at NC State.
Well, I was at one of my grandson's many basketball games, and I got a call from Boo. First time I couldn't pick up the call, and then later on he called me.
You just ignored Boo right away.
The kids are playing games, so you have to watch them, right? So I get to them later. So I called back to him, and he told me, he said, David, we're thinking about building a statue of you. Would that be okay with you? Would that be okay with me? And the only bad thing about it was I couldn't tell anybody for a long period of time. It was very tough to keep that a secret, but anytime you can have a statue built about yourself at a great university like North Carolina State, a university I love with so many outstanding fans and so much history in basketball, it's something that I could never imagine. I'm totally honored. I want to thank Boo and all the donors and everyone at North Carolina State for thinking that highly of me to build a statue of me at this university.
So I remember a few months ago when you came here to Reynolds, we were in a little room, you met with the sculptor, the artist, the committee. They were measuring your ears, your nose, your head, your hands, where do you hold your mouth when you shoot, and everything. Did you ever imagine it was that much of a process to figure out, well, how are we going to do this, and what do you want it to look like?
Yeah, it was quite a long, drawn-out process, but hopefully it came out good. I told him, just have me looking like I'm alley-ooping over Bill Walton, that would be great.
Request made. The other thing that I found interesting too was you really wanted to have the right hairstyle on the statue, right?
Yeah.
Now, explain the difference in the afro and the teeny afro that you had.
Well, at the beginning of the game, I had a nice, well-proportioned afro, and by the fourth quarter, it was shrunk in on the side. But anyway, when I fell and hit my head, they had to put 15 stitches in the back of my head. And so they had to cut my fro down. And we got guys on the team, they always like to tease you. This guy, Dwight Johnson, who's late Dwight Johnson, great teammates, he teased me. He called me TWA, meaning Teeny Weeny Afros. That was my nickname for a couple of weeks.
But I think they got it right again. So David, it will be out here forever. You can walk by. Your kids, your grandkids, fans, students, anybody that walks by here, when they look at that statue, what do you hope that they know about you or could learn about you when they look at David Thompson as a statue?
I hope they know that I was a guy that loved North Carolina State, and a guy that was part of a team that helped bring the university together, the state together, and relations together. I think because of the closeness of our team and the way we felt about each other, that reflected throughout the campus and throughout the state. And I'd like to say today that those guys are members of our 1974 national championship team and still some of my best friends. And we communicate almost daily. And I'm so grateful for that. My only concern, well, my mom and dad, they would really be proud of this, coming from where we came from. Miss Harris? I'm real grateful. Thank you, Jesus.